everybody. Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. Hey, I've got a really cool Danelectro Coral Firefly. Now, this one we're dating from 1968. They made the Coral Firefly. That's a hard one to say. The Coral Fireflies from 1967 through 69. Now, the only one we could find with a Bigsby on it was 1968 in that catalog. So we're going to call 1968. We didn't check pots or anything to see if those would date it for us. And there are no dates on these guitars to help us with serial numbers. So, you know, it's one of those years, but with the Bigsby, we're going to call it 1968. Now, this guitar is absolutely beautiful. I was just telling Brian, I said, this one we pulled out of the archives. I've been hoarding this guitar for years and years and years. I bet I've owned this guitar for about 10 years. And I pulled it out one day to show somebody, and they go, gosh, that's beautiful. And I go, you know, it really is. And it's been doing nothing but sitting in the case for 10 years. I mean, I have so many guitars. It's like, you know what? I need to share some of these. And this guitar is absolutely pristine. Corals were made by the Danelectro guys. What happened was after Danelectro was disbanded, they said, all right, we're going to build some guitars out of the leftover parts. Okay, so there's a lot of Danelectro parts in these guitars, but the necks were definitely different. They have the same profile. They feel like a Danelectro neck, but they're a little bit different, and the way they're put together with this headstock is a little different. Matter of fact, first time I saw one of these, I went, oh my gosh, it's been broken. And it's like, no, that's how they did it. They built the heads that way. And so it's basically all Danelectro. Vincent Bell, this is his signature design. We know that because it says right on the original pickguard, Vincent Bell Signature Design. So he designed the Firefly to be a lot like the 335, of course. We recognize the style. But it's very much a Danelectro. I mean, the pickups are the lipstick pickups. It's got the Danelectro bridge. It's got the Danelectro knobs. It's got a Bigsby on it. Matter of fact, even the switch, I recognize that from a lot of the earlier Danelectros. So they had the bodies. I don't know if they made them or they brought them in or something. They had the necks built. They put them all together, and this is what you got. And they're pretty cool. I mean, they're very distinctive in their sound. I was playing in the middle position. Actually, I was on the neck. I don't know how I got back in the other position. But anyway, it's original from the nut and the tuners and the logo all the way through. I mean, everything on this guitar is absolutely original. We didn't have to do anything to it except put some strings on it. I remember when we got it, it was like, oh my goodness, is that a gorgeous guitar. Got the case. We'll show you the case here in just a minute. But I want to talk about this nut. I mean, they designed this thing, and it's very unusual. It's called what was that called? It was called an oxidated brass nut. So somehow oil impregnated. That's right. It's oil impregnated oxidized brass nut. So somehow they had some metal that they decided was going to be the greatest thing for nuts. And that's what they used on the Corals. And we recognize that. They used the metal aluminum on the Danelectros. They went to this one with the Corals. Frets are in beautiful shape. I mean, it really hasn't been played that much. Very distinctive sound, these single coils, and we've seen single coils like these show up in a lot of guitars. They're very different. I mean, they sound different, and they sound different in every guitar. I mean, you know, we've seen these in everything from their bass guitar to their solid bodies to their little hollow bodies, their case in amp and case guitars. I mean, it just, you know, they all use these lipstick pickups because they're so cool. I mean, they just sound great. It's amazing that this little bitty tube full of wire can sound as good as it does, but it just, gosh, they just sound so good. They are single coil. We're getting some hum. I can hear it, which you'll get from the single coils. That's why they have hum buckers that bucks the hum. Okay, that's why they call them that. So anyway, got the original tuners on. It's got double line Clouson tuners. Those are the same tuners they use on Strats. I mean, if you pull that off, you could put that on an old Strat, and they'd be absolutely correct. Double line. The back plate. Oh, and this actually adjusts. There's a little adjustment inside here. I don't know how effective they are. You have to kind of loosen the screws on the neck, and then it kind of has a little pivot point in there. It'll move your neck a little bit for you, so you can always set up your neck action. There's a little crack right here. It's the only one I see on this guitar. But gosh, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this sunburst on the back. I mean, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The front is gorgeous. I mean, it's just a pristine guitar. If you've been looking for a Firefly, I don't know, for a collection or one that you just always wanted or had one back in the day, it would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to find one that's in better shape. I mean, this is almost like going into the store and getting a new old stock 1968 Coral Firefly. Let's hear these pickups. Let's put them together. Ooh, listen to that. Is it possible that's out of phase? That sound out of phase to you? It does to me. You know what that might be? That might just be an out of phase setting on this guitar. I hadn't thought about that before. That certainly sounds out of phase to me. So anyway, you got an out of phase setting on it. You got a really cool middle setup. That definitely sounds like a middle pickup. And then the neck. Wow, cool guitar. So, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous guitar. It's got a 25.5-inch scale neck. It's got a 1 11/16 inch nut. It weighs not much. It's like 6 pounds, 16 ounces. Oh, I'm sorry, the nut isn't 1 11/16. It's a little wider. It's 1 3/4. It's got a 1 3/4 inch nut, so that's why it felt a little different in my hands. But hey, really, really cool guitar. Now, we do have also for you the original case. Check it out. The case looks a lot like the Gibson 335 case. It's been around, you know, it's got a dip in here, probably from some bad storage. I think we glued some in the back here back in the day when we got it. But it's really a nice case. It's all red plush. It's got the accessory box in it. Really, really nice case for a guitar of that age. Fits the guitar perfectly. It is the original case, not one that's like it for the guitar. This is the original case that came with that guitar, and it's absolutely just as nice as that guitar. So check it out. If you've been looking for a Firefly and just weren't sure, ready to pull the what's that called? Pull the cord. Oh, pull the cord. This would be one to grab. I'll tell you what. Pull the cord on this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. You will love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful guitar. 1968 Coral Firefly. Only made them in 3 years, 67, 68, 69. This one is gorgeous with the original Bigsby on it, original case. Check it and all of our cool guitars out at www.lawmanguitars.com. And hey, while you're here, why don't you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel? You can be one of our YouTube subscribers to Lawman Guitars. That means every month, for no extra charge, you get to see 5 more demos. And they show up every single month in your inbox, let you know we got more demos. So if you've been watching guitars, you like watching vintage guitars, I think you might like my channel. Why don't you hit subscribe? We appreciate it. Check us out at lawmanguitars.com, www.lawmanguitars.com, or just Google Lawman Guitars. I guarantee you'll find us. So we appreciate all your support. Thank you so much for watching my demos today.